What is up, y'all? It is Comfy, and I want to welcome you guys all to another video of r/NuclearRevenge. This is a subreddit dedicated to revenge stories. If you guys don't know what the subreddit is, I've done several videos in the past about it, and I hope you guys do enjoy. There's nothing else to say other than enjoy and hit the like button. Also, if you guys didn't notice, Jimmy is back, just in a new form on a piece of paper. So let's get right into the video, and maybe Jimmy will tell a story of his own on how he managed to become a piece of paper. Yeah. Hellish Client gets what's coming to him. Hey y'all, so I'm a freelance web developer. Had a guy contract sent me saying there was a small project he needed help with, stating it would take minutes and wanted to pay $50. Fair enough. He also states that he needs it done by the end of the day since he apparently is in a tight spot with an employer and needs it done fast. Also fair enough. I'm not going to turn it down because it's a tight deadline. I get in and find out it's his previous developer was sloppy and the code was damn near impossible to read. His site is in Squarespace and a lot of the second-rate developers work there, which is fair because it's pretty easy. I tell the client this code is horrible and I need to reformat, which turns out the new links he wanted in there were completely broke everything. I told him it would likely take about 6 hours to get this all sorted out, and he said that would be fine and he would compensate me according to my hourly rate of $80 an hour. So I finish setting everything up. I tell him the total of $640. He agrees, says he can pay me the next day. This "I'll pay you the next day" BS goes on for 2 weeks. I try to call him again on the most recent day. He said he'd pay me. Turns out he's now blocked my number, and a couple of days ago goes by trying to contact him while getting nothing. I went to log on the site and cut my losses and delete my work. Turns out he changed the password. At this point, it's clear to me this was planned, so I'm mad. I emailed him stating that if I don't hear anything within the next 48 hours, I'll be serving him court papers and a demand of payment to his address that I had through an ancestry site, and subsequently called his apartment complex to confirm before I served the poor sap with some random court papers. He doesn't email for 24 hours, and this morning I found out that I'm still logged into his site through the Squarespace app. Clearly this is a huge vulnerability in Squarespace since he had changed his password, and I was still on the app. I'd likely report this to them. Then this is where my revenge comes into play. I created a new email that was his address at protonmail.com, which I then used to sign up for a new Squarespace account with, invite myself a contributor so I can access the desktop, and set up his live site as a password protected. He sees this and is repeatedly emailing and texting me saying he can pay me $250 but $750 now with late fees. It's just insane and way too much. And now apparently he can pay me on Monday, which I've heard plenty already. This made me mad, even more off, so I decided I would just continue adding late fees until he pays, and that his site would continue to be mine. Now his site is indeed to go live again, but every page autoplays a crappy SoundCloud rappers, and all links he had placed now take over to cool math games and considered websites. I'm not gonna say that one, but perhaps that's a bit too much. I've never done this to any of my other clients, but this is a 43-year-old piece of garbage. I should also state that I pride myself in my work and genuinely run on a very professional level. However, I won't accept no payment and being duped around for weeks. No, Jimmy. No. Down, boy. So he's lost all manners since he became a piece of paper. Entitled Lady's Porsche Loses Its Tires. So this story took place when I was in Florida in the early 90s. It does involve an act of vandalism that is connected to revenge. Hopefully it won't be removed, and hopefully it will count as nuclear revenge. Anyway, South Florida was devastated by Hurricane Andrew, and my dad, as part of a local charity, was set up after day at a local market seeking donations from shoppers to give to food banks. You have to understand that this storm left so many people homeless and without power in some cases for up to 6 months in Florida and the heat and humidity. My father was legally disabled from a serious car accident. He was hit by a drunk driver in the early 80s and suffered from relentless hip and back problems. It never killed his heart or kindness to others, hence the charity work. One day, he was about to pull into the disabled space at a local market to buy a few items to donate to the hurricane charity. Right before he was about to pull in, this lady pulls into the space in her shiny red Porsche. My dad parks behind her and says, "Excuse me, ma'am, I was about to pull in here. and also points the disabled pick card onto the window. She says to him, "Pff, you don't look disabled," and proceeded to walk into the store. For anyone who has a relative who uses the disabled space, you know the frustration of the situation and the anger one feels. My dad, seemingly unfazed, waits until she goes into the store, and then gets out snips in the valve stems on all 4 tires, flattening, but not destroying all of them. He then pulls into another space not far away and just waits. About 15 minutes later, the lady comes out and is shrieking about her car being vandalized. My dad is far enough away that she can't see him, but can hear everything. She calls the police. Big mistake. She files a report for vandalism, and the police give her a ticket for being parked in the disabled place with no play card. About $250 at the time. The cops leave her, and she calls a tow truck. As the car is being loaded onto the truck, my dad pulls up and says, "Sir, you don't look disabled, but your car sure is," and then drives off. My dad could be a nice guy and a pure savage when he needed to be. Thank you all for watching towards the end. I hope you're having a great day, night, time, whenever you're watching this, wherever you're watching this. If you're watching this and you happen to be at a water park and you see all the water just pause, you know, when they do that delay thing. Well, during that time, pull out your really expensive Bluetooth speakers that I know you have in your backpack and just start blasting my videos. I'm sure everyone there would appreciate it. Anyways, I also wanted to apologize for this video being really poorly made. I really just didn't have a plan. I woke up really late and I just knew I had to get a video out there because I'm not trying to cut you guys loose from my somewhat active uploading schedule that I'm really trying hard to do now. Because I'm not very good at that. But anyways, right now I know there was parts in this that were just completely stuttered over and literally poorly recorded. I really don't want them in there, but I want to get this out before it becomes 1 in the morning. Because that's what I used to do all the time, trying to perfect everything. And I got up not even 2 hours ago. So please accept my apology. And I know this outro has become a minute long. And yes, I know my fan was on the entire time of the recording. However, I don't think you guys hear it that much because of the music. But if you guys do, I apologize for that as well. And yes, Jimmy is still here. He's obviously still a piece of paper. If you guys did enjoy this video, I highly suggest checking out my other Entitled Parents videos, even though this wasn't an Entitled Parent video. This was actually NuclearRevenge. I suggest checking out the other ones. And I also have been saying nuclear wrong. I keep saying nuclear, which everyone gets mad at me for, so I correct myself at the end. Anyone who says I'm saying it wrong will get forwarded to this timestamp. Hope you guys did enjoy, and now I've taken up almost 2 minutes of your time saying goodbye. Adios.